Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, students and physics enthusiasts. Do you know that the cornea is the part of the eye responsible for about two-thirds of the total refractive power of the human eye? It acts as the primary focusing element, with the remaining light refraction handled by the crystalline lens. So, for more details, just stick around till the end of this video. Watch and learn. The problem is the cornea of the eye has a radius of curvature of approximately 0.50 centimeters, and the aqueous humor behind it has an index of refraction of 1.35. The thickness of the cornea itself is small enough that we shall neglect it. The depth of a typical human eye is around 25 millimeters. Question letter A. What would have to be the radius of curvature of the cornea so that it alone would focus the image of a distant mountain on the retina, which is at the back of the eye opposite the cornea? Question letter B. If the cornea focused the mountain correctly on the retina as described in part A, would it also focus the text from a computer screen on the retina if that screen were 25 centimeters in front of the eye? If not, where would it focus that text, in front of or behind the retina? Question letter C. Given that the cornea has a radius of curvature of about 5.0 millimeters, where does it focus the mountain? Is this in front of or behind the retina? Does this help you see why the eye needs help from a lens to complete the task of focusing? When we open our eye, the incident light rays pass through the cornea that is surrounded by the aqueous humor, a thin water fluid filling the space between the cornea and the lens. Most of the light is already refracted in the cornea before reaching the eye lens. And we are given the radius of curvature, big R, equal to 0.50 centimeters. The thickness of the cornea is small enough that we can ignore it in this problem. The indices of refraction of air and the aqueous humor are also given. N1 equals 1.00 and N2 equals 1.35 respectively. The depth of a typical eye, right, is represented here by big L and is equal to 25 millimeters. So 25 millimeters also represents the distance or how far the retina is from the cornea. In part A, the question is what will have to be the radius curvature of the cornea so that it alone would focus the image of a distant mountain on the retina, which means we are looking for big R prime, the hypothetical radius of curvature of the cornea. In part B, the question is if the cornea focused the mountain correctly on the retina, as described in part A, would it also focus the text from a uh, computer screen on the retina if that screen were 25 centimeters in front of the eye? If not, where would it focus that text in front of a retina or behind the retina? So our target variable in part B is di sub 1, right? Um, the image distance of a computer text located at DO equals 25 centimeters in front of the cornea. Lastly, in part C, we are asked to find di sub 2, the image distance of the mountain, given that the cornea has a radius of curvature of about 5.0 millimeters, and whether it actually focuses the mountain in front of or behind the uh, retina. For our solution in part A, we use here the so-called spherical refraction formula. Okay, so small n1 divided by dO plus small n2 divided by di equals quantity n2 minus n1, then divided by big R prime, where n1 over dO equals 0, since dO for distant objects like the mountain is considered equal to infinity, and that n1 divided by infinity is of course equal to 0. So isolating big R prime, we get its working equation, right? R prime equal to di multiplied by n2 minus n1 and then divided by n2. That is, big R prime equals 25 millimeters multiplied by 0.35, that is n2 minus n1, and then divided by 1.35. So we get the value of the hypothetical radius of the cornea, R prime, equal to 6.5 millimeters in two significant figures. In part B, finding the di sub 1 or the image distance of the computer text located 25 centimeters in front of the eye. We still apply um, the spherical refraction formula, okay, using the computed value for big R prime, or the hypothetical value of the radius of curvature of the cornea. That is 1 over 25 centimeters plus 1.35 over di sub 1 equals 0.35. That is n2 minus n1. Then divided by 0.65 centimeters. This is the computed value for R prime. And this simplifies to di sub 1 being equal to 34 divided by 13, or di sub 1 equals 2.6 centimeters, rounded to two significant figures. So we say that the cornea alone does not form the image of the computer text on the retina, but instead the image is formed behind the retina, right? Di sub 1 being equal to 2.6 centimeters is only, or is in fact greater than, the location of the retina, which is only 2.5 centimeters from the cornea. Finally, in part C, we're looking for di sub 2, or the actual location of the image of the distant mountain using the radius of curvature of the cornea, big R equals 5.00 millimeter, right? So this equation has also been derived from the general formula of the spherical refraction. That is, di sub 2 equals 1.35 multiplied by 5.0 millimeters. That's the value of big R. And then divided by n2 minus n1, which is 0.35. So when you do our math, we arrive at the value of di sub 2 equal to 19 millimeters in two significant figures, right? This is, in fact, shorter than the location of the retina, which is 25 millimeters from the cornea. So the distant mountain is actually focused by the cornea in front of the retina. And we can conclude, therefore, that the cornea alone is not enough to focus distant objects exactly on the retina. Okay? So we say that the eye still needs help from the internal eye lens, okay, to complete the task of focusing. So on this note, may I say mabuhay tayong lahat. Kita-kits sa next episode. MashaAllah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.